The flora of the Parque Natural do Sudoeste Alentejano e Costa Vicentina is distributed by three types of geomorphological environments. Boreal Western in the South Plateau with typical vegetation of calcareous soils in an area of dry and hot climates. Coastal Plateau with more diversified vegetation in dunes, lands and wetlands. Coastal mountains and ravines, cooler and wetter, with dense bushy and arboreal vegetation flanking the streams. There are rare species such as samuco, rowan or saline rotulari. However, the agricultural activity has already caused the extinction of plants like Armarium arquata. The three species classified as introduced are mainly wild pines, eucaliptus and acacias. Parque Natural do Sudoeste Alentejano e Costa Vicentina is the last breeding area of the eagle fishing in the Iberian Peninsula. The nesting in cliffs and sea cliffs is a characteristic of the area of the park, especially the white stork, the peregrine falcon and the redbird. It is the only place in the world where storks nest on the cliffs. There are many birds such as heron, peregrine falcon, goshawk, auk, etc. Mammals present in the park area include, among others, otter, weasel, badger, fox and tails. Weasels, foxes, badgers and tail finches are found in dune areas and cliffs. Badgers dig the burrows on the cliffs. This area is the only one in Portugal and the last in Europe where otters are found in marine habitat. The caves such as Monte Clérigo and the Yellow Grotto are refuges for important bat communities. Several species of amphibians reproduce in temporary ponds. Among others are the toad bufo, the black toad and the green-toothed warbler. In these wetlands are also crustaceans such as Triops, Cancriformis mauritanicus, and other Iberian endemisms. Among the reptiles are, for example, the cobra rateira and the cobra lisa bordalesa. In water courses, marshes and marshes are sweet fish species that are Portuguese endemisms such as the southern barbel and Portuguese boga, as well as the local endemism, the mirror escalo. In the sea zone of the park are the species of fish and other habitual animals in the northeast of the Atlantic. With regard to economic aspects, agricultural and livestock activities, much of the area is occupied by agricultural land, mostly by traditional systems and crops, except for the area occupied by the mirror irrigation perimeter, where the availability of water has allowed the reconversion and intensification of the productive systems. Tourism is an increasingly important activity, particularly in places such as Porto Covo and Vila Nova de Mil Fontes, and across the Algarve's Park coast. The main tourist activities are hiking, Amoreira Beach, 6 km over the Amoreira stream and beach and its dunes and cliffs, and the descent of the menhirs, 1 km, with passage through the stone menhirs, 6 km, for observation of local fauna and flora. Orienteering, climbing, paragliding, horseback riding, canoeing, surfing, windsurfing, scuba diving and mountain biking. Some villages and sites of the park have great historical and cultural interest, with several national monuments and real estate classified of public interest, with special emphasis on the area of Sagres and Cabo de São Vicente. A natural park is a type of protected area that aims to preserve the natural and cultural heritage of a specific region in order to provide the local population with a leisure environment and to promote economic activities based on environmental protection. Parque Natural do Sudoeste Alentejano e Costa Vicentina is located on the southwest coast of Portugal, between the Junqueira River in São Torpes and Burgao Beach, in a 2-kilometer wide sea line that accompanies the protected area throughout its extension. The territory of Parque Natural do Sudoeste Alentejano e Costa Vicentina is developed in two distant sets of rocks, namely the oldest ones, with more than 300 ma and others, sandstones and several varieties of limestone, dating from there are 120 until 200 ma, resultant of sediments deposited in the marine basin that once existed in the Algarve's Baroque. The hydrographic system of the southwest coast consists of watercourses belonging to the watersheds of the Mirror River and the Barlavento Algarvio, constituted by some temporary atypical systems to support a high number of species of flora and fauna, including some species of fish priority and endemic. Its riparian galleries are a relevant habitat for the migration of passeriformes transarenos, as well as for the feeding and refuge of several species of mammals. But not more important are some estuaries with their nursery areas for various species of fish, as a privileged habitat for feeding, resting and nesting for migratory birds. The beaches are the best in the country. There are extensive sandy beaches or small beaches nestled between cliffs and rocks. Among them, we can mention Porto Covo, Malhão, Vila Nova de Mil Fontes, Almograve, Monte Clérigo, Arifana and Praia do Amado. These last two beaches are very popular for surfers. The climate is Mediterranean, but with strong marine influence. Temperatures remain mild throughout the year except during periods of rising winds, when these can rise or fall vertiginously. The annual averages are 16-17 degrees centigrade in summer, June to September. Monthly averages around 20-23 degrees centigrade, and in winter, December to February, on 11-14 degrees centigrade, with annual peaks that can vary between -4 degrees centigrade inland in January and the 40th in July.